So I'm urging all of us, if there is someone you think is vulnerable, someone you think could do with a hug, even if it's virtual, please don't wait for them to reach out to you. Sorry. Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. Thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported me throughout the year. If you've enjoyed my music, that's the best honor of all. I want to say a massive thank you to Darren and all the team at Attitude for this wonderful award. I'm so grateful. 2020 has been such a surreal year. I had literally the best time performing at Mardi Gras in Sydney at the start of the year. It's crazy to think at one point this year we were all celebrating together, and then suddenly it was like someone literally pulled the plug. Those first few weeks when COVID really took hold were so confusing, and it was such a difficult decision to put out music during a pandemic. But I decided I would, because I hope this record would make people happy and provide some light in a dark time. I really hope it did, because God knows we needed that. While I was really sad not to take this record out on the road, the silver lining is that I've been lucky enough to work with some incredible artists and create my remix album with the Blessed Madonna. And if it wasn't for this time, that probably wouldn't have happened, so I just have to say what an honor and a pleasure that was. 2020 has been such a year of devastation and loss, but also at times one of learning. Some of us have been fortunate to spend some precious time with loved ones, but for some in the LGBTQ community, the impact has been much more profound. That might be the case for young people who are getting to grips with their sexuality and making life-changing decisions about when and how to come out. A lot of my LGBTQ friends have talked to me about what a vulnerable time this was for them and how they relied on the support of their friends to get them through, which was particularly important if they don't feel like they had the support at home. For so many, COVID has separated them from that source of support. Some have been forced to return home or to live with people who either don't know their sexual orientation or gender identity or are not supportive of it. The mental health implications don't bear thinking about. For many, the loss of hanging out with their friends and their second chosen families and losing their safe spaces, whether that's quiet nights in together or going absolutely crazy in the club scene, it will have been catastrophic, but we're learning how to navigate the COVID crisis. Now we need to prepare ourselves for the looming mental health crisis we're beginning to see. Many organizations are reporting that since the pandemic began, the number of LGBTQ people contacting their crisis lines has doubled. Tragically, some are reporting an increase in suicides. So I'm urging all of us, if there is someone you think is vulnerable, someone you think could do with a hug, even if it's virtual, please don't wait for them to reach out. Let's wrap our arms around the young people in this community and help them to feel safe, heard, and loved. Let's get through this together. Now, I don't know about you, but when we're all through this, I can't wait to see you all for a night out, and I'll see you on the dance floor. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm Lipa. Hit like and subscribe to see more from Attitude. Mwah.